Hey everybody, it's Vilma. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a testing of beauty products from H&M. I've been wanting to try their beauty line for such a long time, and yesterday I went to Westfield Stratford and I noticed that they've reopened a new shop where Forever 21 was. It's a lot bigger. You have everything on there, from their beauty line to skincare, makeup tools, everything. I was so excited when I went inside and I was like, wow, they have everything here. So I picked up 3 of their products. The first one that I have here is the All Day liquid foundation. I have this in the shade Golden Beige. I also picked up the Perfectionist finishing powder in the shade Olive. And of course I had to get one of their blushes because blush is my thing. It's called the Pure Radiance Powder Blush, and I have this in the shade Rosy Brown. Now, as I mentioned before, I've been wanting to try these products for such a long time. They're so affordable. Everything was under £8 if I'm not mistaken. If I am, I will correct everything below, including links for you guys to shop their products. I wanted to try also their eyeshadows, and they were really pigmented, but I thought, let me just give it a go on these ones because I came out of the store and I think I spent around £23, which is really not that much. But I'll definitely go back and try some of their eyeshadows because they looked absolutely amazing. So the packaging of the foundation looks like this. It's made of plastic. It's kind of like a frosted plastic, which I like because it's good for travel. The foundation retails for £8.99, so I correct myself. Not everything was under £8. It comes with a pump, which is awesome. I don't remember how many shades they actually had available on there, but definitely more than 8, I would say. Now on their website it only shows 6 shades, but I'm sure that they had a little bit more, so I'll try and find out and do that for you guys on the bottom section. Now, the foundation claims are that this is a liquid foundation with a comfortable formula offering easy application and a flawless finish, provides buildable medium to full coverage with a great staying power that keeps you fresh-faced throughout the day, suitable for all skin types, and it comes in a 1 fluid ounce, which is a 30 ml of product. So I'm using natural light to apply the foundation, and I'm going to use 2 tools. I'm going to apply with my Real Techniques buffing brush on this side, and I'm going to apply on the left side with the Miracle Complexion sponge. Now, usually I only apply foundations using 1 tool, but I guess some people prefer brushes and some people prefer, you know, the sponge. So I'm going to do that right now. Hopefully this shade will match me because the one before, although it was yellow, it looked a little bit too light. So here is the foundation. It is a little bit liquidy, but not water-like or anything like that. And I'm going to apply all of this on this side of my face to see what type of coverage is going to give me. It has a funny scent. It doesn't smell bad. It smells flowery a little bit. And I'm looking down because I'm using my computer as my mirror, so I hope that I blend this foundation properly. It's blending really nicely. It's not like dragging or anything like that. And I think that the foundation shade actually matches me pretty well, so I'm happy about that. Let me just grab my hair properly here so I don't get any foundation. And as you guys can see, my hair is dark again. I just got tired of that color that I had, or the shade. It was looking so brassy. Having light hair is such high maintenance, guys. I prefer to just have my natural color. So I'm going to get a mirror because I can't really see if it's covering everything. I do find that the shade is great, but I'm just going to get a mirror so I can see if I need to apply a little bit more. So looking at my face, I like the shade is absolutely perfect. I'm really happy about that. I don't feel like this foundation has covered all that much, so I'm going to use the rest, and those were 2 pumps that I used on just 1 go. This is the area where I need to cover a little bit more because I do have a few breakout scars right there. So I'm just going to stipple the foundation now to see if it's buildable, if it looks cakey. It definitely has kind of like a soft matte finish. It's not matte and flat, but I like the smell of this foundation. It smells really nice. Okay, so this foundation for me has medium coverage, buildable to full definitely. It nearly covered my scar that I have over here. When it comes to texture, I feel like it doesn't enhance my pores, and I do have humongous pores, but I don't have any primer underneath to make my skin smooth, so it does look pretty good. So now I'm going to apply 2 pumps on the left side, and I'm going to be applying it with my sponge. So I still have a little bit of foundation here, but I'm going to start to stipple this with my Miracle Complexion sponge and see what type of finish it actually gives me. So with the sponge, it looks like it has just a little bit of kind of like a natural radiance to it, but I think it's because the sponge is dampened. But the coverage looks pretty similar to the right side, bearing in mind that on this side I don't have a lot of imperfections. I do have a scar on this side, and on this side I don't. So I'm going to apply the rest just on my cheeks, because it's always the place where I need a little bit more coverage, and even here on my nose and on my chin, because I have a breakout right there. I don't know, I think I ate the wrong thing. I don't know if it's just me, but on camera, like I'm looking on camera and on my computer, it looks like the foundation is looking a little bit lighter, but it really isn't. I find that the shade works really, really well for me. It just needs a little bit warming up. So far, I like it. I feel like this is great for somebody who has combination to oily skin, and for somebody who is 40 years old. I don't feel like the foundation is settling right now into any of my fine lines, like on my forehead. It is kind of settling right here on my smile lines, and I haven't really been smiling. I've just been talking with you guys, and it's starting to settle, which is not a good thing. Now moving on to the finishing powder, which I have in the shade Olive. I've already done my concealer, so I want to set everything as quick as possible. Packaging wise is super cute. It actually looks high-end, but it's plastic, guys. It's plastic. So I'm gonna open if I can. Okay. It has a really nice size mirror, and the shade seems to be pretty kind of like, it looked a little bit lighter in store, but I think this was the only shade in store that would suit my skin tone, because everything else was quite pink, either too deep or red toned. It retails for £7.99, and it comes with a mirror, if I haven't showed that already. And I'm just going to quickly read the description. It does come in 8 shades, and it says over here, a feather light silky powder with a perfecting natural finish, buildable coverage, and a smoothing formula. Make this great for fixing foundation and providing on-the-go touch-ups, suitable for dry to combination skin. It carries 9 grams of product, and you can apply this on its own or after concealer and foundation. So you can apply this if you don't want to wear a lot of makeup. So the brush that I'm going to use is a angled powder brush from Real Techniques. And first I'm just going to kind of like swatch. It feels very, it has a little bit of kickback. It definitely does, because I just did like this and a bunch of powder just came off. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of this powder. It has a lot of kickback, guys, like a lot, not even just a little bit. I know for a fact after all of this, I'll have to apply a little bit of a setting spray just to remove the powdery finish. It is super duper matte. And yeah, my skin is looking a little bit cakey with this powder. I am not going to lie, especially on my nose. This might be really good for somebody who has really, really oily skin. And even the foundation, like in the center right here of my eyebrows, is looking pretty funny. It's holding on a little bit to texture. So I hope after I apply a setting spray, not a setting spray, but kind of like my MAC Fix Plus or another spray that I have around, that kind of like cakey finish goes away. But so far, not impressed with this powder. It does have a little bit of kickback, and I feel like my skin is looking a little bit cakey around my nose. I feel like the powder's clinging on to, I don't have any dry patches at the moment. It's clinging on to texture or imperfections, you know, like your skin texture and stuff like that. Yeah, it's looking a little bit funny right now. So I went ahead and applied a little bit of makeup. I was looking very, very flat. So I applied bronzer. And I applied bronzer on my eyelids as well a little bit. I've done my eyebrows, my eyelashes, and I have a lip product. Now, any of the products that I have used that are not H&M will be listed below for you guys. I found that everything layered very nicely, but when I say everything, mostly the bronzer, it just layered very nicely, and I do like the finished look at the moment. It looks really nice. I was looking very flat, and at the moment I don't. I have a little bit of life. So I'm gonna move on to the Pure Radiance blush. I absolutely love the collection. They have so much stuff in their collection when it comes to blushes. They have primers, everything, so I do really like it. Here is the packaging. It's black, where the powder was white, as you guys will be able to see. So it's square, white, and the blushes come in different packaging when it comes to the color. Again, it's plastic. It retails for, let me see, because I have it open right here. It retails for £6.99, so it's not very expensive. It does not have a mirror, so that is a little bit disappointing. It does feel a little bit cheap. It looks expensive, but it feels quite, I don't know. It's plastic, so it's not like heavy plastic or anything like that, but I do like the thought that they put into it. The blush that I have is called Rosy Brown. I thought it would be suitable now for autumn, and I'm gonna try it on camera, but before I try it, I want to read what it says on their claims. It says it's a soft powder blush that blends easily for a natural, healthy looking glow. The sheer formula offers buildable coverage and comes in an array of elegant shades to match any skin tone. And this particular blush carries 5 grams of product. So I'm going to use just a Sigma blush brush. This one is the F10. It's the one that I use all the time. So I have to put the blush down here because I need a mirror. It doesn't have a mirror, so that is just a little bit disappointing. It doesn't have any kickback, or barely any kickback, so that is really good. And I'm gonna start applying it on my cheeks. Okay, it definitely is sheer, which is a good thing, because the last thing you want is to have a bunch of blush all in one go on your cheeks and look absolutely crazy. I like it. It's blending. Sorry, I had my mirror in front of the view. I like it, but I want to build a little bit more because I feel like it's not translating on camera, but I can see it on my mirror that it's very, very beautiful. Like, it's so natural. It is really natural, but it looks very nice. Now this shade here, because it is called Rosy Brown, it does not translate, as you guys can see here, the same way on the skin, but it looks really pretty. I like it. I like it a lot. So my overall thoughts about these products, I'm going to go one by one. When it comes to the foundation, I love the price point for sure. The coverage is great, like a medium to full coverage. It is buildable. It didn't look cakey anywhere else besides my nose. So like I said, I don't think this is a foundation that I would wear on my day-to-day basis, because I feel like it's more of a going out type of foundation where at night in different lighting you don't really see the cakiness all that much, but it did look a little bit cakey on my nose. Now I'm going to update below for the next few days if it creates oil, if it controls oil and stuff like that, because it is a flawless finish with a matte finish. So I would kind of like hope that it controls oil, but I'm not entirely sure if it does. Now when it comes to the powder, I absolutely love the packaging. The packaging looks quite high-end. It is difficult to open for some reason. I'm always fighting. I love that it has a mirror. The shade itself, it's actually really good. It gave my skin a little bit of life, but if you apply too much, it will look cakey. So you need to be very, very light-handed. Maybe a stippling brush will work a lot better because it doesn't pick up a lot of product, but that big fluffy powder brush picked up a lot, and I felt like around my nose it did look a little bit cakey. But for the most part, I think for the price point, it is a good powder. Next, we're going to go to the last product, better saying, which is the blush in Rosy Brown. I really, really like the blush. I think it's super pretty. It looks really nice on the skin. I am using natural light, guys, and I want to do this from now on because I think everything looks a lot more natural. You guys can see the exact color, and I think that the blush looks very, very pretty. Now it is called Pure Radiance Blush, and I wanted it to be a little bit more radiant, but it doesn't have like any shimmer particles or anything like that. It just looks really natural, and I feel like it's a blush that I'm going to wear a lot throughout the new season because it is just the perfect shade for autumn and winter. And with this makeup look, it just looks so nice. Again, it is £6.99 if I'm not mistaken. I just feel like they should have put a mirror on here, because what's the point in having this pretty packaging and when you open it you only see the blush and there's no mirror. So I would wish that H&M would put a mirror on here. But other than that, I do hope that you guys found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments below if there's any brands from the drugstore, even from Topshop and stuff like that, that you would like for me to try. What products you would like for me to try, because I haven't really ventured all that much. For example, into Topshop, I think I only had a blush, yes, a cream blush and a brow product, but I haven't really ventured all that much into other brands. So let me know in the comments below which ones you would like. Give this video a good thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. If you're new, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.